Okay, Mark, get ready, set, go.
Start.
Kelly's here.
Wow!
Zell is here.
Perfect!
Gaming.
That's amazing!
Stinky. Very stinky. The sweet sigh of relief.
Oh, God.
That's okay, you can edit it out, Taylor. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Triangle Strategy with Kelly!
And/Zelly. Yeah, welcome back, guys. So we're looking to finish up Frederica's ending here. So, with that being said, we're at the Skills of Conviction, Chapter 17-1. But before we do that, we gained Milo as a character, so we're going to see her side story right now before we go do the Scales of Conviction here.
Anna asks if Milo is raising poisonous plants, but the dancer insists that some plants have more than one use.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some are just straight up poisonous. They look beautiful, but they just kill you.
Beautiful but deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just look how you've grown. To think you'd produce such a bounty. And you flourished as well. I'm so proud of you, my lovelies.
Quite the passionate one, aren't you?
Don't sneak up behind people like that. Hasn't anyone told you it's rude?
No.
Apologies. I was just curious. What are you doing here?
If you must know, I'm harvesting herbs. I thought I might make them into medicine for the injured.
That would be helpful. Lord Serenoa will be pleased as well.
And I am oh so happy to please. I am quite taken with powerful people. People like Lord Serenoa.
Wow, okay. Come back to
You'll
this.
tell him I'm doing my best to be useful to him, won't you?
Wait. That plant. It induces paralysis, does it not?
Quite knowledgeable you are. Did you know it can also be used for pain relief?
This same plant can be both a poison and a medicine?
Yes, depending on how it's used. And yet, people still try to force plants into one category or another. Good and therefore valuable, or bad and therefore detested. Foolish, don't you think? These little ones are neither good nor bad. They just are.
You treat them as if they were your children.
Perhaps it seems strange to care for a plant, which is no more than a tool for making medicines or poisons, but...
But what? Oh.
Minister Idor, about that experiment. I think we are on the verge of discovering how to better stabilize the subject.
Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself! Milo, why do you eavesdrop on us?
Don't be upset. As your spy, I thought it behooved me to keep abreast of important information.
Unnecessary. You need only do as I instruct.
But that would make me no better than a tool.
Does that displease you? Worry not. I take good care of my tools, so long as they serve me well. But should they act out of line, they will be disposed of.
Wow.
Wow.
Idor, cruel man.
Even tools have feelings.
Yes, they do.
What was that?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. Anyway, I'm certain my herbs will benefit House Wolford. Please pass on my warmest regards to Lord Serenoa.
Oh, Trina Brown knows our way now. Put it in the good with Lord Serenoa. Maybe he'll get promotion. Maybe he'll get something else. Alright, Liberty Post 6. Once again, House Wolford stands before three diverging paths. The time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make the greatest decision yet. Oh, I know. We do not turn back.
We know.
We know. Wait. You know, I realized the difficulty setting is not back to normal. Let us do that.
Battle
settings. Oh, look at me going on very easy mode. Oh, what a baby. Remember curse position in battle? Oh, I know. That's fine. Alright, so we'll just do normal, so it'll be a little bit more difficult. Hopefully not a terrible amount. Alright, saving. Good. Only part of the game where you have to save before you literally continue. Very intriguing.
You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzellian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
Okay, so they go over and discuss what to do right now, like last time, and now we have discussion made between Frederica, Benedict, and Roland.
Astros would pounce on us.
And discussing what the best plan of action really is. And so we've done Benedict's before, we've done Roland's before, and now we're going to choose to side with Frederica, hopefully that we can persuade people to join our side.
I understand each of you keenly, my friends. You have not arrived at these decisions lightly, and I do not doubt your convictions. Yet choosing any of the options before me risks creating a schism among the others. I cannot afford to lose any of you. Not after how far we've come. Which leaves me only one option.
The scales will guide us. Because if we choose there is another way, that's another
Scales
ending.
of conviction. Such is the way of House Wolford.
Okay, so that's a different scene that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't recall ever seeing that scene.
Yeah. The vote we take today may open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed, and I am prepared to accept its outcome. Alright, so we're going to say Frederica's vision is the one we're going to go with, versus Roland and Benedict's strategy plan. All good stuff. So those guys won't move, so we have to talk to Gila, Anna, Huette, and Eridor. Alright, so let's talk with Huette first.
Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak for forsaking it. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance.
I say we should go with Frederica.
You've taken Frederica's side in all this? What fascination do the Roselle hold for you, my lord?
They're hot. Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt or indeed to any nation. There is no better time to free the Roselle than now, while as for us and Hyzan squabble over the salt crystals. I feel like the second one would probably better be attuned to Huette.
Probably.
Rather than this one, I think. Let's do that.
I wonder about that.
Would that you answer the question I asked, my lord? I say again, what fascination do the Roselle hold for you? And what makes it worth the lives of your people and the sanctity of your domain?
We know that the Roselle are but exploited innocents. I cannot turn a blind eye to their suffering. They deserve justice, Huette.
But...
Yes, Hyzan sits suspended atop a web of lies, but setting them right will ruin the people of the Wolford domain. And a true lord does not forsake his people.
Cool. Glad you feel that way, Huette.
Feels indifferent to your plea.
That's not good.
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I am sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals. Well, so now, must we agonize over our own decisions?
Yes. I say we place in Frederica's vision.
I must say I'm surprised by your support for Frederica's vision. I've been by her side for years, but even I must admit it is rather hopeful if I'm being charitable.
Wow.
Perhaps you see something I do not.
Roselle will not forever be plagued by a war. I wish to leave this place and create a new nation that knows only peace. My father has defended the Roselle all these years, and I intend to carry on his legacy. In truth, I agree with you. Her plan is imprudent and ill-advised. The last one is... I don't think is going to work at all.
No.
I feel like the first one.
Yeah, that's what I want to say too.
Okay.
You mean to forsake not only your domain, but all of Norzelia?
I don't know.
No.
I concede that Hyzant will not admit defeat should we manage to free the Roselle. Do you truly believe that searching for Centralia and starting anew will prove any easier?
I do. Though I acknowledge that it is far easier said than done.
Uh-huh.
I should say so. It sounds like a daydream, if I may speak so plainly.
I don't know.
Yet the world is vast and full of wonders. I cannot, in good faith, argue that Centralia does not exist. Perhaps forging ahead is the only answer. May it lead us to the future you dream of, if this is what you desire. If nothing else, as Frederica's attendant, I must say that it warms my heart to see you support her so diligently.
Oh, yeah, this time around. Before, just threw her to the side.
You must truly love her.
Hey, okay, I think we got it. I think we have Gila on our side. Probably one of the easier ones to convince, I bet.
Talk with Anna and Eridor.
Okay, let's talk with Anna
Lord
first.
Serenoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzant hunt us down for all of eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent or flee with the Roselle.
However,
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless.
As they always are, and I think we should place faith in Frederica's vision.
So you assent to Frederica's vision for the future? War is coming, a war for all in Norzelia, and you would forfeit your role in it?
There's no better time to free the Roselle than now, while Aspharos and Hyzant squabble over the soul crystals. This is how we end the war. Hyzant will crumble once we free the Roselle. If the Death Knell and Elfric are unleashed on the battlefield, the casualties will eclipse any war that's come before. I almost feel like the first or second one.
Well,
because this is what we used before.
Anna is logical like Benedict, so she'll take the logical notion.
Okay.
What do you think?
Right. So, this is how we disable Hyzant once we take out the Roselle out of the picture. If the Death Knell and Elfric are unleashed on the battlefield, the casualties will eclipse any war that's come before. I feel that's also true for just war in general. I feel like maybe the third one actually now.
Yeah, maybe the third one.
Do you feel that way?
I think that would make a logical decision, don't you think?
Okay, I think so too. From her point of view, I would think that.
The Death Knell and Elfric, the casualties would be immense. I had not considered that they might be unleashed simultaneously. The stakes warrant it, whether they are complete or not. We have already shown them the way by using Elfric in battle. Precisely.
They will undoubtedly both be employed.
then,
Unprecedentedly, destruction is all that awaits us here. A war whose victor will rule over a pile of ash.
Yeah. And I will not be party to such devastation. I can think of far more productive uses for such power.
I see your reasoning. I confess I thought only in terms of the battles past. So much so that I forgot avoiding battle was ever an option.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I think that would really went well with Anna too. Let's talk with Eridor. Our sweat and bloods fed this land, built it into our proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzant. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon, but even that isn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. You know what? I think we should go with Frederica. How could ye possibly support Lady Frederica's vision? Have you gone mad?
No, I'm just in love.
That's right, she's hot. The war will never end so long as we hold the Soul Crystals. We must relinquish them and break the cycle of violence. I wish to carry on, nay, surpass my father's legacy of protecting the Roselle. I need you with me, Ardor. I feel like this is like the one.
Yeah, the second one.
How dare you on father? Meaning what exactly? Do more for the Roselle than he did? I know things aren't what they were during the Salt Iron War, but it is not House Wolford's duty to come to the aid of those in need? Are we not to fight injustice and tyranny wheresoever it might be? You dare invoke Lord Symon's own words! I cannot do this alone, Eredor. The risk is too great. Only if all of House Wolford unites as one will we have a chance to succeed. I hear you, lad.
And so?
Just give me a moment to sit with what you said. Alright, I think he might turn. I think he might support us. This also might go in a direction where it's a tie again.
That would be terrible.
Yeah. Look at Serenoa looks so confused and sad. This straight on portrait here?
Sure enough.
Okay. So, let's end the persuasion and commence the voting. Oh man, please Frederica, choose Frederica's.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Aye. Okay, they all went.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Hey.
I have made up my mind. I will stand with you, Lord Serenoa.
Okay, good. That's one.
You have my vote.
I put my faith in you, Lord Serenoa.
Dang right you do. I'm a suave, sassy
I cannot be swayed.
leader.
This is the path I chose, Lord Serenoa.
Hewitt, that is a mistake. That is a mistake, my
I'm
lady.
with you.
My mind's all made up. You got me voted, lad.
I think we got him.
Alright.
Besides Hugh Jet, I think we got him.
I think so too.
Scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Yes!
We got
That's
it.
hers, right?
Yep, that's Frederica's.
Alright. Yep, Hewitt went with Roland, so that makes
Way
sense.
forward is decided. Frederica's dream is worth realizing. We will free the Roselle from the source.
This should be exciting.
Oh man, nobody does anything. Complete silence. Devastation. Also joy. If grief's compassion's move completed. Wow. I wonder how things are going to turn out now. Interesting.
Looking for a land that we don't know if even exists. A fable, if you say.
But either way, we gotta get the Roselle out of there.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
Chapter 17, Part 2. One last request. Ooh. Okay. I'm always super nervous around that time because it feels it's really hard to get convinced people to go.
We've chosen our path. We are to free the Roselle being held in Hyzant's source.
You have chosen the one path I cannot take.
I understand your disappointment, Benedict, but the scales have spoken. And so I ask for your wisdom. Help us find a way to free the Roselle.
Hyzant will destroy everything you hold dear if you attempt to free them. That way lies ruin. Your choice is to turn your back on this house, to cast aside your land and the people who have built their lives upon it. I will not, I cannot endorse such betrayal.
I agree that we will be ill-prepared to defend the domain this way. Should that come to pass, I am prepared to flee with the Roselle and search for Centralia. They say it is home to a boundless salted sea. Surely a land where none need fight for salt is a land worth seeking. This is an opportunity, Benedict. We could find a new home instead of fighting the wars of old yet again.
Why not channel that resolve to lead the people of Norzelia as their king? You hold the power and the might. You lack only the will. With the salt crystals in hand, you shall ascend the throne. I shall see to it that you are coronated. Then we can liberate the Roselle, or whatever else your heart desires.
Liberate the Roselle, or whatever else. I never dreamed I would hear such callous words fall from your lips.
I stand by them. I care only that you and the legacy of House Wolford are safe and secure. I shall offer my counsel by force, if needed.
You don't mean to fight the lad.
Stand down, Benedict.
No, Anna. This is a challenge that I must accept.
I beg you to reconsider. If you mean to proceed with this folly, then you will do so over my dead body. You can do so much more, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the upper hand. Esfrost and Hyzant would bend the knee to you. You could unite all Norzelia under your rule.
You were right about me, Benedict. I lack the will. I have no desire to rule Norzelia. I wish to see an oppressed people set free and nothing more.
At what cost? Would you see your loyal subjects conquered by another nation?
I would forfeit my lordship. The people of Wolfort will endure without me. The Roselle have no such champion for their cause. We are the only ones who can set them free.
Give me the order, and I shall reduce Hyzant to rubble. Then they shall be free.
The ensuing battle will only breed further resentment, or worse, displace others who will be treated like the Roselle. War cannot solve every problem, and our liberation of the Roselle shall prove as much.
So, you now take blind counsel from your betrothed, to think that an arranged marriage will lead to this folly.
Enough! I came to this conclusion of my own free will. I have seen the challenges that face Norzelia, and this is how I choose to respond.
You are every inch Lady Destra's child. Your compassion steers you headlong into every conflict. Alas, compassion is easily trampled. It can only exist so long as it has an army at its back. My patience grows thin, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the power to bring peace to Norzelia.
You're wrong. It is little more than the catalyst for another protracted war.
A war we can win. Let me lead you to victory.
There is always a war to be won. Do you not see the cycle at work? I will break that cycle and use my power to liberate the oppressed.
You talk of fleeing from your duty. of pure fantasy.
We need you, Benedict. Why can you not put our differences aside?
This is absurd. You race toward your own destruction, and I will not be party to it. Lord Symon entrusted me with the future of this house. And I swore an oath to Lady Destra that I would protect you no matter what the cost.
You are shackled to the past, Benedict.
I would call it loyalty.
And it has come to this. For the sake of our future, I must strike you down.
Prepare yourself. You came, you missed.
Here!
You came, you missed. I yield. Grant me the mercy of a swift death.
No. Neither father nor mother would stand for the killing of a loyal retainer. The rest of us shall make our way to Hyzant in secret. You will remain here. Lead the people out of the Wolfort domain before the Hyzantian army assaults this castle, and keep them safe.
These are your orders, in exchange for sparing my life?
These are not orders, and there is no exchange to be made. This is the last thing I will ever ask of you as my steward and loyal friend of House Wolfort.
And so, you follow in the footsteps of Lord Symon and Lady Destra, leaving me behind with the most arduous tasks. I shall rise to the occasion, my lord. I shall do whatever is required to see that the Wolfort name and its people survive. Should House Wolfort lose its lord, I shall lead the house forward in your stead.
I have no doubt you will.
Benedict.
Mule-headed fool.
We've each made our choices. Now we must walk the path we believe is right.
Yes.
King Roland, this decision means casting Glenbrook aside. I know I cannot ask you to come with me, but will you agree to see to the salt crystals?
No. I am sorry, my friend, but I am not worthy to oversee such an important task.
Of course you are. You have always striven to be fair and just.
You hold me much too high in regard. Our conversation earlier made me realize the truth. My faith was misguided, as were my actions. I believed exacting vengeance upon Esfrost would be proof enough I was Glenbrook's rightful king. But I gave no thought to the bloody cost of revenge. This kingdom and its subjects should not have to suffer such a selfish fool upon the throne.
Then, you will come with me?
I shall. Not as your king, but as your friend. If I can help those in need, that is enough. Glenbrook has the geographical advantage, and the salt crystals. And there are a small handful of trustworthy nobles remaining. I'm certain they will ensure the people thrive, even without a king. Glenbrook is in too powerful a position for foreign powers to interfere.
Roland.
You know you aren't leaving me behind. I've come this far by your side. I'm not abandoning you now.
You have my thanks, Huette.
Frederica, don't you think you ought to make your convictions clear to your companions?
Well, it's common knowledge by now that I'm an Isfrosti of Rosellan descent. I was a lonely child who hated that her hair was a different color from everyone else. But then I joined House Wolford. I met Jerome and witnessed the cruelty that my fellow Roselle suffered at the source. And I learned how brave my mother was, how long and hard she fought for her people's freedom. Compared to the horrors they went through, I have lived a life of privilege and comfort. I am proud to be a Rosellan, and proud to be a Wolford. I wish to be strong, strong like my lady mother before me. And I wish to see her dream of freeing our people fulfilled. I understand the difficulties that lie ahead, but hope that I might have you all with me.
We will always be there beside you, Frederica.
My lord, Hyzant's army has sent a message ahead of their forces. It says, the Grand Norzalian mines must be conferred to the goddess as a divine offering.
An offering? Sounds more like an ultimatum.
Precisely. If we refuse to relinquish the mines, they'll put the Wolford domain to the sword.
Then we've no time to waste. We must make ready to leave at once.
Okay. Well, now the plan of actually executing this plan might be different. But at least we're siding with Frederica.
Mm-hmm. Benedict.
I leave the rest in your hands, Anna.
All these years I have watched you. I may not be able to replace you, but I will do my best.
Loath as I am to burden you with such responsibility, that is heartening.
This ain't the Benedict I know. Come on. Where's your usual glower?
You never change.
Huh. I should hope not. Defending House Wolford calls for consistency. And defend Wolford I shall, even in your absence.
I shall hold you to it. Both of you.
I'm telling you, we've got it under control.
Your voice hasn't gotten any quieter.
Sorry. Parting ways with a friend always gets me worked up.
Thank you for seeing me off, you two. Farewell.
Aw, that was nice.
Yeah, that was very nice.
But no pressing matters.
What of the Hyzantian forces?
They haven't entered the domain yet. If we act now, we could sneak around them and reach the capital.
Focused as they are on seizing the salt crystal deposits, I'd wager their domestic defenses are at a minimum.
If we can get into the capital and have the Roselle and the Source take up arms, we should stand a fair chance of helping them escape.
But Hyzant is wary of Serenoa for keeping the salt crystals from them, despite his position as one of the Saintly Seven. They may be short-handed, but if they spot him, we'll never make it inside.
We can use the consortium cart to slip unnoticed into the capital.
The wagon from Claris? You sure we can trust the consortium?
Yes. If only because this benefits both us and him. In exchange, I told him what secrets we learned of Esfrost and Hyzant.
You mean you told him of Dragan's murder and the illicit salt trade? I hope he understands those secrets must never leave his lips.
He understands. once people learn of the salt crystals, Norzelia will change.
Mm-hmm.
The consortium will have a new role to serve. Now that they know, they will be better prepared to negotiate their position. They agreed to help us as a show of gratitude.
You've thought this through. Well done, Anna.
What of our things, Gila?
Stored safely within the cart, of course.
Things? What things?
The explosives we found in the tunnel.
After we've gotten the Roselle to rise up, we'll set sail from the harbor and make for the Folk's Domain, to the Great Falls. To make sure no one follows us, we'll blow up all the other ships in the harbor as we leave.
Ooh.
Frederica and I devised the plan ourselves.
A perfect way to make an escape with so many people.
Wise of you to make for the Folk's Domain. It's distant enough. You'll have plenty of time to hide.
Aye, about as far south as you can get. No better place, if your end goal is Centralia, too.
It's a good plan. We shall do what we can to make sure it succeeds.
Crafty as ever, you Wolforts. I am glad to be on your side.
One problem remains. How do we get the Roselle and the Source to turn against their captors? If we can't win their trust, all this is for naught.
We need some way of persuading them. And quickly, too.
Let me worry about that. I can find the words to convince them. I am my mother's daughter, after all.
All right. I know you'll figure something out, Frederica.
There is one more thing. Huette, I'll need to send a bird.
Of course, my lady. Where to?
The Rosellan village. I'd like to tell Jerome and the others of our plan. I would have them meet us at the Great Falls.
Agreeing to such a thing means they will have to give up the lives they enjoy now. Do you think they will come?
I cannot say. Regardless, I owe it to them to let them know Hyzant is invading.
Indeed. Let us send word and see what they have to say.
Can't hurt. Wow, that's a really cool plan.
Yeah. Blow up all the ships so we can get away.
Go to past the Fox Domain south to Centralia.
Upon learning of the salt crystal deposits, Hyzant quickly musters her forces. They march upon the Wolfort Domain, intent on seizing control of the mine. Serenoa decides to take this as an opportunity to free the Roselle enslaved at the Source. But that decision leads to Benedict's departure from House Wolfort. Still grappling with grief over parting ways with their friend, Serenoa and the others make for the Hyzantian capital. There, amidst a land in turmoil, they hope to help the Roselle rise up against their oppressors.
Heck yeah. Ooh. Ooh, these are new.
Hyzant makes for the mines as Wolfort heads to the Source, but how will the Duchy respond?
How will he respond? WTF, mate. Why is only Hyzant there?
Archduke Gustadov, we received word from Wolfort. XM's forces have crossed into their domain.
So they know of the salt crystals. Then battle is inevitable. How will House Wolfort respond?
I should think it obvious they will attack us. Their lord is one of the Saintly Seven, after all.
I am unconvinced of that. Perhaps they will offer us salt crystals to secure our alliance.
Oh my god.
To what end?
History is changing around us as we speak. If Wolfort wishes to guide the shape our future takes, he will need all the help he can get. He can choose to submit to Hyzant's tyranny, or work with us to bring freedom to our land. Or he might choose to take advantage of the chaos.
Wow.
Follow in Lady Orlea's footsteps, Frederica? Somehow I doubt it.
Your pardon, Archduke.
It's nothing. I let my thoughts wander too far. Whatever path Wolfort chooses, they all lead to war. Ready our forces.
Oh my god. He literally... he just pretty much explained all 3 ending scenarios.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're going to work with us with the Soul Crystals. Hyzant will conquer us, or they're going to do something with the, the chaos.
Yeah.
The people of Wolford, anxious at the sudden turn of events, are relieved when a familiar face appears before them. Is it Benedict? Or is it Simona?
No, I don't think so.
Lord Symon? No, he did.
What? You want us to leave the city?
You couldn't have told us this sooner? I've got a family to worry about.
I understand I ask much of you, but a bloody battle is nigh. You must be ready to evacuate if it comes to it.
But where's our lord? Won't he protect us?
Lord Serenoa marches toward an even fiercer conflict than what we face here. He left me to protect the people of Wolford in his stead. I ask that you trust in our house and do as I bid.
All right then. I suppose we'll start packing.
Your mastery at matters of war has kept us safe this long. If you say we need to leave, that's what we'll do.
You have my thanks. I've one more thing to ask of you. Something I'd like each of you to make.
Ooh, we won't know what it is? Oh.
Are we making macrame?
Gotta make some origami.
Oh, origami? Oh boy.
I need some more origami animals to help with my depression.
Edor gathers the saints to discuss how a Hyzant will deal with both the mines and House Wolford.
Alright. I think is there still the Saintly 7? But there's only 6 of them, right?
Pretty much.
Including the Hierophant.
Minister Exham's forces ought to be crossing into Wolford's domain any moment now.
Oh, that's right. They said ice arm.
Or will they relinquish the salt crystal deposits without resistance?
I think we have no cause for worry. Minister Serenoa is one of our saintly 7 after all.
Nevertheless, we cannot be certain what he will choose. Whoever controls those salt crystals controls the future of all Norzelia. Knowing that, you truly think he would give them up without a fight?
Minister Lila is right. He may very well decide to ally with Asfrost and rise up against us. I made sure Minister Exham understood he may very well be marching to war.
Wolford is a prideful house. If we apply too much pressure on them, they may hold out simply out of principle.
Honestly, we are more trouble than they are worth. It almost makes me wish we could turn them and Asfrost against each other.
That is something else to consider. We could even promise them the Roselle's freedom, should they triumph over the duchy.
A fine proposition. The best outcome would be to have them destroy Asfrost for good.
And in doing so, they'd be destroyed themselves. Surely you would not wish for such slaughter.
Soft hearts have no place here, Minister Kamsel. We fight for control of all Norzelia.
And we must fight to win. Our troops will need Elfric, Minister Lila. See that they have it.
Of course. I'll see to any final adjustments at the Ministry of Medicine.
One last request completed. Wow, okay. Interesting. The best outcome would be to have House Wolford just destroy Asfrost for us. One of the high houses faces the other 2 nations. Like, what is that? We're the only house remaining. Everybody else is dead.
Concealed aboard Claris's consortium cart, Serenoa and his retinue slip out of the Wolfort domain past Exham's forces and make for the Hyzantian capital. As soon as they arrive, they review the particulars of their plan to lead the Roselle in revolt.
Chapter 18, From the Abyss. Ooh. That sounds dark.
Scouts are reporting the Byzantine army has crossed into the Wolfort domain. The force is commanded by Minister Exham, and is many times larger than what they used when we marched on the Crown City.
Enough to destroy Castle Wolfort, and then some. They ain't aiming just to scare us.
A foe even Benedict would be hard-pressed to prevail against.
Have faith, Anna. Benedict will protect our people as he always has.
I know.
That said, we cannot defend the domain itself. Our land and our castle will doubtless fall to Exham's forces.
Then we must act as if we have no home to return to.
We cannot waver in our resolve.
No, the time for doubts is long past. Listen well. After we have freed the Roselle from the source, we will set our sights on their homeland in the south, on Centralia. We will find the Endless Sea and create a land free of suffering. A far-fetched dream if ever there was one, I know. I will not blame any of you if you do not wish to come.
A bit late for second thoughts now.
Aye, we're with you, my lord. Wherever you will lead us.
Then it's decided. We have much to discuss about our rescue plan. Claris, if you would.
The wagon will have to pass through an inspection at the goddess's shield before entering the city. I can throw my consortium weight around to see you safely through the inspection, but that's about all I'm good for.
That's more than enough. Thank you.
Then let's muscle our way into the source. The guards won't expect an attack from the outside.
Getting in is not what worries me.
Indeed. The biggest obstacle we face is getting the Roselle to follow us out.
They've been treated as criminals under the teachings for so long, they've come to believe they are guilty. They might be too terrified of disobeying the goddess to even agree to rise up.
My mother led them in revolt 30 years ago.
True, but only a small handful of people escaped.
I know. Freeing all of them means we must be even bolder than my mother.
Have you thought of how you'll convince them?
I have. I will smash the statue of the goddess to pieces.
I knew it.
If they see her idol destroyed, the fear shackled about their hearts will break. Without terror to hold them back, the uprising of 30 years ago will look tiny in comparison.
But that statue is massive. How are you gonna reduce it to rubble?
I'm going to blow it up.
Yes, if we use all the explosives we have, it will come crumbling down. But then we'd have none to destroy the ships that pursue us.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's why I think we ought to use Elfric on the ships instead.
Elfric? It is more powerful than the explosives.
And perfect for blowing up ships.
There must be some stored at the Ministry of Medicine, considering Minister Lila's involvement in its creation.
Oh my god, this is like a Scooby-Doo, like, undercover. Are we gonna do this?
We have our plan.
My friends. Thank you.
Aw. Frederica, you don't have to thank us. You're pretty and hot, and that's enough for me, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. A lot of the statue was something I thought about previously that they could do to help get a reaction.
I'll handle the guards. Don't move a muscle, any of you. Don't even breathe.
They must be really squished in that way.
Hail.
Yeah.
I am Claris of the Consortium. I bring goods for trade in the city, if you'll give me leave to pass.
Claris! Consortium's working you hard.
In these dangerous times, 'tis a privilege to be in such good employ. But you're worked even harder than I. Here, a small token of my appreciation.
You always have been a thoughtful man. Go on, then.
Wait. We cannot allow unscheduled goods into the city without inspection.
Fine. Guess there's no such thing as being too careful.
You needn't worry. Minister Kamsel of the Saintly Seven sent for these goods himself.
Ooh.
He did?
Oh, yes. Look closely, and you'll see.
Poofed him!
What have you done? You snake! I must call for reinforcements.
Oh no.
So much for sneaking in.
It's only them two?
Are you all right?
My apologies. Luckily, mine was the only face they saw.
Oh, okay, there's everybody else. Okay, cool.
Yeah, how did they all fit in that little wagon?
God. For the Ministry of Medicine.
Do you think they just like piled on top of each other?
That could be a thought. I mean, just look how, like, what? It's like 6 sprites. Like, it's about the size of the wagon.
I know. God, I would think they would just like lay on top of each other and been like, "It's okay, just don't like."
Maybe they were sitting off to the sides, and then they had people in the middle too.
Oh, that's an idea.
It looks like there's little benches on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really funny. We're just laying on top of each other.
Explosives you buried in my cargo.
Just like, oh.
I'm sorry we've put you to sleep.
There's explosives in there too.
Consortium ships on top of everything else.
Cause as much trouble as you wish. I know you'll repay me for it once this is all over.
Hurry. The majority of their forces may be absent, but we're finished if a guard catches sight of us.
To the Ministry of Medicine with us.
We have to kill everybody. With as much noise as possible.
Hurry, Scary! Hurry, Scary! Hurry!
They're just standing there. Why aren't they moving?
I don't know. They don't got legs that work.
I guess not. Gotta get some more legs that work, huh? The party... Ooh, actually... Thank you guys for joining us. My name's Benedict.
And I'm Kelly.
And we'll see you in the next one. Until then.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye.
Subscribers, my stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?